All right, give me the next 3 to 5 minutes and I'm going to show you how that you can give empathy and moving conversation in DM strategy by listening to what other person is talking to you. So my name is Andreas. If you don't know me, I've been doing sales outreach for more than 7, 8 years now, and I've been generating more than $3 million in USD by all my sales outreach strategies. And now if you're a salesperson or business owners that want to level up your sales game, get more appointments and close more deals, listen to what I'm going to say in the next 3 to 5 minutes, how that you can moving conversation to conversion by listening with empathy. You know, in sales, it's not all about talking about, pitching about your stuff, your product and service, but how can you be more strategic by asking questions, listening to them, and asking the right questions at the right time. That is going to move them towards their goal, their pains, and how that you can really help them. Because sales is all about problem findings and about problem solving. If you cannot find the problem first, and most people are not able to identify their own problems because they just simply don't know what they need. Maybe they know what they want, but they don't really know what they need. If you really want to understand how that you can exactly move that and make more conversions by having DM conversation, watch this. And I also want to invite you to my upcoming live workshop about live sales questioning strategies workshop, that how that you can start conversation and move that conversation by asking the right questions at the right time. If you want it, just drop a comment below and I will send you the invite, more details about it, and you can take a look on it. All right, so let's get to it. How that you can move conversation to conversion. Now, if you are talking too much on the DM right now, you should stop doing that. You should only talk about 20 or 30% of the conversation, and the other person should be talking 80% of the conversation. Now, that is not always the rules. Sometimes it can change. Sometimes you can talk 50-50, sometimes it can be 60-40, but more importantly, you need to listen more than just talking, all right? So what that things you need to pay attention on, how that you can listen with empathy and not just dominating conversation with your own product or service, because nobody cares about your product and service until they know that thing can really help them in some ways, relieving their problems, understanding how it can really help them in any benefit that it can give, right? So first thing first, you got to know about a couple things. In listening with empathy, number one is about the words, right? So what kind of words that they are using? It's so important. If their words is still cold and not open up for conversation, you need to open up more trust, right? Because if you don't have trust, no matter what kind of question you ask, they will not open up with you, and more likely they'll be ghosting you. So words is the one that is going to determine if they want to speak with you or not. This is going to be on the DM conversation, right? On the chatting conversation, even email, right? You need to see what kind of words that they are using. If you're not paying attention to their words, that you're going to lose the sale, because you're not going to listen to them, they're not going to listen to you, and there is no genuine trust basically between both of you, right? So the words is so important. You need to pay attention what kind of words that they are using. Are they cold? Are they warm? Are they open up with you, right? Because if you don't know this, that you will lose the sale. Number two is perspective. Perspective is that how that you can see their situation from their own shoes, not from your end, but from their own shoes, because they are looking at their situation maybe different with how that you look at your situation, their situation. So always ask the question about feeling, right? How does that make you feel? How do you feel in that situation right now? You need to understand about them. That is called empathy, right? And this perspective is the biggest mover for empathy. Because if you don't have this perspective guidance, that you're going to move with the assumption, maybe they feel this way, maybe this is what they want, maybe this is what they need, but you're not sure, right? So asking perspective question, it can be a couple ways. You can ask open-ended question, or you can ask validation question, or you can ask something that is really giving them deep question, right? Deep insight, deep in thought. But all it comes down again to the feeling, how they feel about their current situation. If they feel already good about their current situation, if they don't have any problem to solve and they don't even aware of their problem, then you might want to ask a deeper questions about it. But sometimes people are just not your right ideal avatar, and they're just not having the problem that you can solve, and that's totally fine. You just need to move on with another avatar, another clients, right? So that's the question, how that you can listen with empathy. Number two is that giving them and giving yourself the perspective, how that you can understand their situation. This is so important for you to understand number 3, which is asking the right questions at the right time. Because if you don't know what kind of question you can ask them, then you are lacking of this sense of empathy. Maybe you're listening, but you don't have the empathy. So how to ask the right question at the right time, this is what I'm going to talk about in the upcoming workshop that I have. How that you can open up more conversation, how you can reveal that pain points from your current prospects. Maybe even they don't even know they have that problems, right? So there are type of questions, right? Like I mentioned, there are open question, there are validation question, there are deep question you can get. But all of this boils down again to the empathy, understanding about their situation and their current condition. Because if you're looking at a different perspective, that you will not ask the right questions, right? So how about asking the right question is that you always want to get the answer that you predict. So there's a prediction to this, right? If you're asking about open-ended question, you are predicting that they are going to explain their situation to you. You're going to have some feeling that involved there. But if you're asking close-ended question, that they just only replying what yes and no, that's it, right? So it's going to be hard to open up more, but it has a low threshold of their responding back to you, because it's not hard to just replying yes and no, right? So there are a type of clients, there are a type of prospect that's going to respond to the different kind of questions. If you want to know better, just drop a comment below and I will drop you invitation to my questionings, how that you can ask the right question at the right time in a sales DM conversation, so you can move that conversation towards a better results that you want, which is from conversations to conversions. All right, I'll see you inside there.